Now, ladies and gentlemen, with CS2 taking over the Counter-Strike franchise, as well as mostly quote-unquote everyone can play, specifically the limited test build, at least as of last week's update, with that all here, we've now seen what the majority, if not what all the CSGO skins look like inside CS2. And while they look a little odd, and some may say they even look bad, I myself am kind of on the fence about it. Now, the majority of these items, if they're skins, stickers, knives, gloves, anything that you can buy on the market and inspect in CS2, is bugged and hasn't fully been ported over correctly, according to a large portion of the community. Now, skins in general haven't been a main priority for CS2, despite how popular they are and have been over the past few years, and how much Valve makes off of just one sticker capsule. Today's video, I want to discuss how CSGO skins look bad in CS2, what can and if it can be fixed. I also want to note how global offensive skins can't keep up with CS2, and prices have affected that as well. Now, today's video sponsor is SkinSwap. SkinSwap is a trading / buying, but most importantly selling marketplace for your CSGO and Rust items. They have a trading feature with great rates, a variety of different skins. You can also sell your skins for straight cash with multiple different cash out options of your choice. And when trading, any extra cash left over goes directly to your current balance. SkinSwap is one of the best in its field and gives you an edge over other competition. If you deposit with the link in the description, you get a free case to open with a shot at winning 150 bucks. If interested, it'll be at the top of the link in the description below. Now, firstly for today's video, why and how do these skins suck inside CS2? Well, there's a pretty long list, so stick tight. As most of you've seen on YouTube, maybe from other content creators, or just yourself by playing the game, CS2 seems to have washed colors. Things you inspect in game, if that's on the main menu or actually while you're playing, it looks like there's a layer of gradient. Some say it's motion blur, some say the game is bright, but there's just something completely off, and you're not alone there. Therefore, that's making people think their skins are washed. But right now, that's just the effect of CS2. When CSGO first came out, there was fog. Every game in the Counter-Strike franchise, when it first comes out, has its issues, just like any other game in any other AAA studio, or just game in general. Over time, these things will get fixed, but this seems to be built into the game and may be a little hard for it to just completely disappear. Now, holo / foil effects and really any other stickers look a little different as well. Their effects just don't feel and hit the same as CS2. When CS2 first got revealed, Dopplers looked absolutely insane. Phase 3s looked like emeralds, rubies, sapphires. RMR looked absolutely crazy. It looks good now, but nowhere near as good as it did when it first came out. And I feel like it's been a constant battle for things like Katowice 2014 and some of the more shiny and beloved stickers in the community for them getting changed in a good and negative way back and forth. Even if Valve doesn't do something on purpose to fix it or bug it, it seems to happen just by accident at times. And I think that's going to be something we're going to have to deal with until, well, the full game comes out in a few months after the honeymoon phase. Best way I can describe it is this is a new game. Very similar to CSGO, if not almost the exact same besides a few things. Skins that are ported over don't exactly look as a one-for-one as they do in CSGO. And still some have and also haven't been changed inside CS2. Now, something I want to quickly mention that I believe might be a whole video or possibly video series on its own is CSGO skins simply just can't compete with CS2. It's almost like comparing 2013 skins to early 2023. It's just a different world. And I'm talking about Global Offensive, by the way. When Arms Deal 2 first came out and skins first got introduced, until the very last case with Revolution back in February of 2023, there's a night and day difference. They don't even look like they're a part of the same universe. Yes, basic skins are cool, but they're evolving in one way or another. And speaking of those original skins, part of those very first collections, most of those can't compete. Now, I get that the rarity is probably what's going to make people want to unbox these, but for the most part, I believe a lot of older skins are going to go unnoticed, pushed off to the side as new ones come out because they look better, more flashy, and more appealing. Now, something to combat this. A few weeks ago, I got a lot of comments, emails, and DMs on Twitter. The main idea of this was, why don't Valve contact the creators of these original skins and tell them or ask them to make an updated versions for CS2? Now, I thought that was a really good comment. It's a really good idea, but in theory, and when you put it down on paper, when you actually go do that, I don't know this officially for a fact, but if I had to guess, a lot of those players and creators for those specific skins, one, probably don't play the game anymore, but for the people who originally submitted skins, it's a completely different game. That was over 10 years ago. Some of these people have just completely moved on, and we've seen that this past few months with dormant accounts. Now, closing for today's video, some other questions we've received are bug skins going to get fixed? Short answer is yes. And then I want to talk about prices. Now, as it goes for these bug skins, the Scout Acid Fade, things that are not supposed to look how they do in CS2 as they did in CSGO. We've learned this multiple times over. It feels like it's just history repeating every single month whenever an update happens that goes wrong and skins look better inside CS2, or ones that we just find out about out of the blue. With skins getting bugged in a good or negative way, prices have obviously been affected. That's the Blue Gem Hydra gloves going skyrocketing up in price, or the Opson and Leo dropping to zero. Those are also something you should stay away from, as at one point or another, Valve is going to get on top of this and fix everything they can. Almost every single update we've had this past few weeks leading up to this essentially open beta of a release, either it's on the blog post and it's in the patch notes, or you can't see it, but there's skins getting tweaked and fixed. RMR has been pretty notorious for this, but also it's a completely different story with that. Those could be a decent budget alternative for people getting into CS2, not even for investment, but I'm just saying as a crafting perspective because they are so cheap. But then you have things like DreamHack 2014. These things were never really a fan favorite. They were all right. They had their certain group of players and people who like to craft with them and buy them. I was one of those people a couple years ago, but that was when the borderless hype was around. Now people are starting to go away from that, and it seems to be coming back, and they look better than ever inside Counter-Strike 2. Some may say these even look better than a lot of the Katowice stickers from 2014 and 15. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think CSGO skins kind of suck inside CS2? I'm one to kind of think so. Maybe I shouldn't say suck, just more underwhelming. And for the future, I think CS2 skins are just going to take over the entire game. I think it's going to be pretty odd, maybe 4 or 5 years time, that people still buy CSGO skins, if that makes any sort of sense. The technology with the Source 2 engine and how we make skins versus a few years ago, even from right now, but in 5 years from this point in time, so later on in the 2020s, skins are going to have a night and day difference. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.